Hey everybody, Scott Hogan coming to you here from the Scott Hogan Golf Training Center here in Joliet, Illinois. We're going to talk about a topic I see is we're getting players to get better, seeing a lot of players that want to improve their games, and starting to see that one thing that doesn't let them get over the hump to get this out to the golf course and really start developing a new pattern that's going to let them play better golf. So what we're talking about here today is how do we take a movement or something that we see on video and how do we actually, what are some of the pitfalls that I see from people that are trying to learn golf on their own, and why are they not able to transition some of the moves as they go? Now, the very first thing that I see is out of two things we're going to talk about. One is they're not exaggerating enough. So let's take your typical player, the one that goes back and they come down over the top as they make their swing. Okay, that player, as they're going, they're not exaggerating enough. They're never going to get rid of that over the top move because they're never going to exaggerate the shallow end of out feeling enough. That's what I see most common. So as we're playing, my goal is not to get to where it's perfect. Okay, my goal is to get to see it be very exaggerated. You know, let's say as I'm going back, okay, and I'm bringing it down, I want to see that club line up right on, let's say, my right forearm. That's where you want it. If I'm going to make that work, I need to feel it below that right forearm as I go through my swing. If I'm going to be making exaggerated swings, that's going to be the number one thing that we need to work on is getting that club into a position that's even beyond where we want it to go. I think if you watch the range at tour events, you're going to see a lot of over-exaggeration. If you watch tour events on TV, you see practice swings. You're going to see practice swings that do not look at all like the golf swing. All they are is exaggerated movements to try to get to the position they want to. So the first part is not enough exaggeration. Now the next part is when we're looking at video, and if I'm coming in here to swing, and let's say I was looking at, all right, I wanted my backswing to shorten up, and I want to see if I can get a little bit of earlier shift on the downswing. I wanted to lead with a good lower body pressure shift, which is a good thing. So if that was what I was going for, most people I see, they're going to bring it back, they're going to get to their position at the top, and then they're going to start to shift. When in reality, that shift, what you see on video, starts much earlier than what you're used to. All right, so if I'm going through and I'm making a swing, and I go back and I start shifting through, well, that shift's going to feel like it happens at this point in my swing. It's going to feel like when I'm about a quarter or maybe even halfway back. Now all of a sudden I'm going to start shifting. So we want to start saying, all right, here we go. I'm going to shift earlier, so I'm going to feel it super early, okay? Feel it super early. And then when you actually take it into your golf swing, all of a sudden you're going to start seeing it. All right, hey, I can make this swing. I can shift it earlier, and then the actual result on video will start getting to exactly where you want it to get to. So again, the number one thing I see is lack of exaggeration, afraid to exaggerate. But if you're going to make significant changes that mean anything, you're going to have to exaggerate your swing to get to a different point in your golf swing. You're not trying to make it perfect. You're trying to get the feeling that's going to take you to where you want to go. And the second part is related to that feels. Most feels happen way too late. If you're trying to eye it up on video, where you think it's happening, it has to happen. The feeling has to happen way sooner than you think. Again, think about how fast the golf swing is, okay, and how fast it's going. Plus, as I start to make some changes, I've got to account for the fact that the club's got to be slowed down, all right? It's not just stopping right away. We've got to let the club some time to slow down and then change its direction however we're looking it to go. So We want to make sure these feels happen sooner than what I see on video. That's one of the biggest things I see as we start talking to players, is making things happen sooner, quicker, and all of a sudden you're going to be able to get what you want and start seeing some good things happen on video.